Hello all, welcome to Microbiology. Our first question is, according to Pasteur's statement, which one of the following is true? Option A, living organisms discriminate between stereoisomers. Option B, fermentation is a aerobic process. Option C, living organisms doesn't discriminate between stereoisomers. Here the right answer is option A. Living organisms discriminate between stereoisomers. Okay, the second question. I found floating their earthly particles, some green streaks spirally wound, serpent-wise and orderly arranged. The whole circumstances of each of these streaks was about the thickness of a hair on one's head. These words are off. So, who said these words? Option A, Leeuwenhoek. Option B, Jenner. Option C, Pasteur. Option D, Koch. So, the correct answer is option A, Leeuwenhoek. Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, who is known as the father of microbiology. Next question. The principal light trapping pigment molecules in plants, algae and cyanobacteria is option A, chlorophyll A, option B, chlorophyll B, option C, porphyrin, option D, rhodopsin. So, here the right answer is option A, chlorophyll A. Next question. During biogeochemical cycle, some amount of elemental carbon was utilized by the microorganisms. The phenomenon is called option A, dissimilation, option B, immobilization, option C, decomposition, option D, neutralization. The right answer is option B, immobilization. Next question. Who demonstrated that open tubes of a broth remained free of bacteria when air was free of dust? Option A, Spallanzani. Option B, John Tyndall. Option C, Francisco Redi. Option D, Pasteur. So, here the question is, who demonstrated that open tubes of broth remained free of bacteria when air was free of dust? The right answer is John Tyndall. That is Tyndallization. Okay. Reverse isolation would be appropriate for option A, patient with tuberculosis, option B, patient who had minor surgery, a patient with glaucoma, a patient with leukemia. The right answer is a patient with tuberculosis. So, reverse isolation is carried out in the case of tuberculosis, TB. The symptoms, general feeling of illness and discomfort is called option A, cystitis, option B, malaise, option C, anaphylactic shock, option D, arthritis. The right answer is option B, malaise. On soybean, which of the following form symbiotism? Option A, Azotobacter, option B, Rhizobium, option C, Nostoc, option D, Bradyrhizobium. The right answer is Bradyrhizobium. We all know that the right answer is Bradyrhizobium. Who provides the evidence that bacteriophage nucleic acid but not protein enters the host cell during infection? Option A, Alfred D. Hershey and Leonard Tatum in 1951. Option B, Alfred D. Hershey and Zinder Leidenberg in 1951. Option C, Alfred D. Hershey, Martha Chase in 1952. So the right answer is obviously option C, Alfred D. Hershey and Martha Chase in 1952. That is bacteriophage experiment. Okay, next question. The first antibody to contact invading microorganism was. Here the options are option A, IgG, option B, IgM, option C, IgA, option D, IgD. The right answer is option B, IgM, immunoglobulin M. The light emitted by illuminescent bacteria is mediated by the enzyme. Option A, coenzyme Q, option B, luciferase, option C, lactose dehydrogenase, option D, carboxylase reductase. The right answer is lactose dehydrogenase. Pick out the vector using in Human Genome Project. Phage-mid vector, yeast artificial chromosome, cosmid vectors, yeast episomal plasmids. The right answer is yeast artificial chromosome, that is YAC. Salt and sugar preserve foods because they, option A, make them acid, produce, option B, produce hypertonic environment, option C, deplete nutrients, option D, produce hypertonic environment. The right answer is option D, produce hypertonic environment. So, salt and sugar preserve foods because they produce a hypertonic environment. In a fluorescent microscope, the objective lens is made of. We all know that the objective lens in a fluorescent microscope is made of polythene. Fixation of atmospheric nitrogen is by means of biological process, lightening, ultraviolet light. Option D, all of the above. So, the correct answer is all of the above. That is biological, physical, industrial, all means there is a nitrogen fixation process occurs. Which one of the following fungi is the most serious threat in bone marrow transplant units? Option A, Candida albicans, option B, Aspergillus, option C, Blastomyces, option D, Cryptococcus. So, the right answer is option B, Aspergillus. Direct microscopic count can be done with the aid of, we all know that, Newberg chamber. A population of cells derived from a single cell are called. The right answer is option B, clones. Next question. Heterolactic acid bacteria produce A, lactic acid only, B, lactic acid plus water plus carbon dioxide, option C, lactic acid plus carbon dioxide, option D, lactic acid plus alcohol plus carbon dioxide. The right answer is option D, lactic acid plus alcohol plus carbon dioxide. Thank you. For more videos, please do subscribe.